Welcome back to The Explainer, where we take those massive, unforgettable events and break them down so you can really see the big picture. And today, oh man, today we're heading straight to the heartland of America to witness a truly historic footballing moment. Set the scene with me. It's Kansas City. It's the 2026 World Cup. The reigning, defending champions of the world, Argentina, have officially arrived to open their title defense.
Start essential for both teams here.
And on the other side of the pitch, Algeria. They're coming into this matchup as massive underdogs. But you know what? They're carrying the hopes of an entire nation.
Front foot approach. If that is the case.
The pre-match build-up was just electric. Imagine the atmosphere in that stadium. The Kansas City crowd absolutely buzzing. The stakes sky high for both teams opening their campaigns. But the crazy thing is, even before the referee blew that opening whistle, we were already witnessing something monumental.
Okay, let's dive right into this. 200. I mean, think about that number for a second. This match wasn't just a regular group stage opener. It marked Lionel Messi's historic 200th appearance for the Argentina national team. And if that somehow wasn't enough to blow your mind, this tournament also marks his 6th World Cup. 6! Just think about the sheer longevity, the unbelievable dedication, and the relentless excellence it takes to reach milestones like that.
Back to Messi. Never to be replicated.
It meant that before a single ball was even kicked, this night in Kansas City was already etched right into the history books. Setting the historic stage, the battle of possession versus precision. So let's look at how the early dynamics of this match actually played out, because it completely defied a lot of expectations. In those crucial first 15 minutes, Algeria didn't just roll over for the defending champs. Not at all. They came out highly organized, defensively resolute, and fully ready to play their game. In fact, surprise, surprise, Algeria actually won the overall possession battle. They held onto the ball and tried their best to dictate the tempo. But as we know, there's a massive difference between just having the ball and actually being dangerous with it. Argentina controlled the adjacent territory, which basically means they were constantly pressing right into the most dangerous areas of the pitch. So despite having less of the ball overall, Argentina was just far more clinical. They ultimately out-attempted the underdogs 10-7. They were meticulously probing, creating those first real chances, and putting the Algerian defense under immense constant pressure. Moving on to the first half masterclass, breaking the deadlock.
Now, what's really interesting is how Argentina turned that clinical, calculated pressure into the ultimate prize, the opening goal. It's honestly a study in patience. They didn't panic when Algeria held the ball, they just waited for the perfect moment to strike, and that moment arrived in the 17th minute. This was the first true wow moment of the night. Messi found this tiny pocket of space just outside the box and unleashed an absolute long-range screamer. It was a moment of sheer brilliance that completely stunned the defense. I mean, the Kansas City crowd absolutely erupted. It was the exact kind of goal that reminds you why they are the defending champions.
Back to Messi. Never to be replicated.
Following that strike, Argentina controlled the rest of the half. Algeria really tried to regroup, and you gotta give them credit. They managed some notable defensive stands to keep themselves in the story, holding the score to just 1-0 at the break.
Which brings us to the record-tying hat-trick. The hunt escalates. As the second half kicked off, the entire narrative shifted. Argentina came out of the tunnel hunting for more, looking for that comfortable cushion, while Algeria desperately needed a response. But as the minutes ticked by, you could literally feel the tension in the stadium changing. Up in the broadcast booth, everyone started doing the math. History was in the air. Then, in the 60th minute, the tension finally broke. Let's break down exactly how this brilliant piece of teamwork unfolded. First, Alexis McAllister fires a massive, powerful strike at the net. Fantastic effort. Then, the Algerian keeper, Zidane, actually manages to get in front of it. But the power is just way too much. He can't hold on to it, and it leaves a juicy rebound. And then, well, who else but Messi? He anticipates the play perfectly, pounces on the loose ball, and slots it home with a cool, clinical right-footed finish. It perfectly illustrates how teamwork sets the stage for individual brilliance. We really have to credit McAllister's assist contribution here for making the whole thing happen. But hold on. Let's focus on what that 60th minute goal actually meant in the grand scheme of things. That right-footed finish brought Messi's career World Cup goal tally to 15. Suddenly, the atmosphere in Kansas City shifted from celebration to absolute breathless anticipation. 15 goals puts a player right on the absolute precipice of footballing immortality. Why? Well, because of this guy, Miroslav Klose. Klose has held this legendary record of 16 goals, acting as the ultimate, seemingly unbreakable historical benchmark in men's FIFA World Cup tournament history. With Messi sitting at 15, Klose's record became the immediate target. He was literally just one goal away. Let's move to the timeline and see how this builds, because it's a literal masterclass in pacing. We have the 17th minute long-range screamer. We have the 60th minute clinical rebound finish. And then, the climax. The 76th minute. Messi gets the ball on the edge of the box. He creates the angle and delivers a trademark curling finish that finds the back of the net. No way, right? Not only does this complete his first ever World Cup hat-trick, which, by the way, is a staggering achievement entirely on its own, but it sealed the exact moment the entire world had been waiting for. And hey, if you want to talk about the sheer poetry of sports, get this. This historic hat-trick, this monumental achievement, happened exactly 20 years to the day after Lionel Messi made his World Cup debut as a substitute back in 2006. Actually, let that sink in. 2 full decades of unmatched excellence on the world's absolute biggest stage, perfectly bookended by this magical night in Kansas City. Miroslav Klose, 16 all-time World Cup goals. Lionel Messi, 16 all-time World Cup goals. The weight of this achievement just cannot be overstated. That curling finish in the 76th minute officially tied the absolute greatest scoring record in the history of the sport. The benchmark has officially been met. History made. What's next? Looking ahead to June 22nd. So, the referee blew the final whistle shortly after that record-tying moment, finalizing a pretty dominant start for the defending champs. Argentina takes the match with a final score of 3-0. Now, Algeria absolutely deserves a ton of credit for their organization and for somehow winning that possession battle. But ultimately, they were undone by Argentina's clinical, ruthless finishing. So what does this mean for the group standings moving forward? Well, Argentina's title defense is off to a completely perfect start. Their next massive test comes against Austria on June 22nd, and you better believe the whole world will be watching that one. As for Algeria, they showed some real flashes of tactical discipline today, and they're going to look to bounce back and secure some vital points in their next matchup against Jordan. But right before we wrap up today, I've got to leave you with one final mind-blowing statistic. And this brilliantly illustrates just how insanely complete of a player we're watching here. The number is 24. While everyone was totally and rightly focused on the goal-scoring record, Messi's performance also meant he has officially surpassed Pele's all-time World Cup goal contribution record, 24. That's 24 combined goals and assists on the world's biggest stage. It's a true testament to his vision being just as world-class as his finishing. Which leaves us with arguably the biggest question in the sporting world right now. Will Messi stand alone in history against Austria? He's tied at 16. The outright record is quite literally just 90 minutes and 1 swing of the boot away. Thank you so much for joining me on The Explainer today. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and follow along as we continue to break down every single angle of this historic 2026 campaign. Trust me, you absolutely won't want to miss what happens next.